Today we got to ride our MT-09 up in the Bear Mountain area. And in the area, you can see the fog, even in that picture there. We ran into some serious fog along the way. It burned off very quickly. We had a really nice ride up through several of the back roads that go around that area. There really was very little traffic in the park even. I was very surprised at that based on the fact that it was supposed to go to 90 degrees by lunchtime. So we really took advantage of a nice day, and the views from on the top of Bear Mountain, Perkins, are absolutely gorgeous this time of year. Just beautiful. Well, today it's supposed to get really hot, and I mean really hot, in the 90s. They're predicting the 90s. So my plan was, and I told Karen, set the alarm. I want to get up early, get out on the open road for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, and get back before I cook like a lobster. And we got the test ride on the RD yesterday. Everything was great. It looks like that sprocket's going to work out good. We're just waiting to set up another 2-stroke day. But in the meantime, we have all these bikes to ride. It's such a burden to ride all these bikes. It's like a full-time job. But that's really the fun of having a small motorcycle collection, because no 2 days are the same. You never get to the same ride, the same set of brakes, the same transmission. Yeah, it's hard to explain the thrill of it. You get to ride a 70s bike one day, you get to ride a brand new bike the other day, a 40-year more modern bike. And they're all good. They're all fun. There isn't a one I don't like. And the biggest thing before every ride, get the bike cleaned. No pollen, no dead bugs. We don't take dead bugs for a ride. Now we also, another factor is going to be in, we're starting just in the last couple of rides. In the bug season, the bugs up here, you could coat the whole front of the motorcycle, your face shield. You have to wipe it off several times during a ride. And the worst thing, it gets on the exhaust pipes. On this bike, the exhaust pipes are right behind the front wheel. There's always a ton of dead bugs on them by the end of the ride, and I don't like giving them a ride. Well, everything is nice and clean, and we are ready to hit the open road here. It should be a wonderful day, and I hope it doesn't get too hot. One of the little tasks I want to do today, I want to take the durometer with me and see how much these tires changed when they got hot, or at some part in the ride where if it goes over 90 degrees, and then do them again when I get back. But no, I've just been trying to keep track of the hardness of the tires as the temperature warms up with the durometer. And, well, what I'm really concerned with is this tire, the rear tire, the Michelin 5 is so grippy and snarly, and it's where you're accelerating when the bike is leaned over. This is really soft rubber here. You can peel some of this up with your fingernail. So I'm just hoping, and I certainly will report on it, that this is going to stand and give me decent mileage. At a front tire, yeah, I'm trying to do this. It's getting worn out on the side here. Getting like variable readings here because the tire is worn unevenly, but it's still a very soft tire. It is a Dunlop in the front, but that'll be replaced probably very soon. Now Luciano just got Pirelli Angels, and they are significantly harder. The Pirelli Angel, I have a front on the R1, and it's definitely harder than the Michelins are. So keeping track of all this information, well, I'm not sure I can make sense out of any of it, but I do want to see that the tires are definitely grippy, and I can compare that just with seat of the pants, and the lifespan, because I keep track of the mileage, and I always have that thing that kills everything is I have to ride 30 miles up to the area where I ride and then 30 miles back. So that just puts an unnecessary wear on the tires that I have to deal with. Now, we did a lot of comparison when the weather was cold, and made up a little data book of it. But now that the weather's warming up, and by the end of the day in the 90s, I'm going to try to do some of this when I'm out on the road and the tires are hot. Obviously, they get softer as they get hotter. It's just common sense. But anyway, it is interesting to see what a variation there is in tire hardness on some of the tires. And these are the Michelin 5 street tires. These are not the track day tires, and they are the softest of all the tires I have in my collection. The RG tires are the hardest, but of course these are tires I'm I'm not sure they're even rated as sport bike tires. But it is interesting, and try to share what I learned, but I'm not sure I'm learning as much as I think I am. Time to go out on the open road. Early morning on the farm. Sky is all blue, supposed to go to 90 by lunchtime. Woo! Time for the perp walk. We actually bought a few more plants the other day. They still aren't even in the ground. They'll be going in today after our ride, hopefully. And we got some more stones. But it's early in the morning, and what a day this is going to be. Supposed to go to 90, our first big 90 day. The zucchini's doing good, the squash is doing good. Why can't we grow motorcycles? The fish can't wait to be fed. Holy mackerel, what a day. We get up really early in the morning now. The early morning dew is still on the cars. Oh boy, oh boy. What a day this promises to be. Now to climb up to the mountain, roads were really slippery and wet. There were a lot of bicycles along the way, and needless to say, what happened, we hit this crazy fog. And it was almost a, bicycles getting out of the way. Look at all the fog here. And there's wet spots all over the road, so not a really great time to get too aggressive. But anyway, we did want to climb to the top of the mountain. I did want to get some pictures of how this whole thing looked in this fog. Now keep in mind, this is really nice and early in the morning. We're up with the chickens. There's other guys out, but everybody's riding on pins and needles here. And just look at the fog off in the mountains here. We ran into the fog on the way up here. Wow. Now it's always a little cooler up on the mountain, but today it was hot. Boy, did this turn out to be a beautiful day. We hit a little fog on the way up here, but oh my God, it's just beautiful up here. You can always hear the little animals and creatures chirping in the background. And there weren't a lot of bikes out, just a few, because it was really early. Look at the scenic view from here. The fog on the mountain. Right down there is the Bear Mountain Bridge. It was covered in fog this morning when we went past there. Down the bottom is the lodge where they have the car shows. Look at the beautiful scenery here. Wow. I'll bet this is going to be a banner day for people up here shooting pictures. We're up on top of Bear Mountain. And it was. We saw an awful lot of people just taking pictures, period. I did something I almost never do. I took some of these back roads that are basically just gravel, just to see how the MT-09 would handle all the gravel. Well, all it did was make the wheels dirty. What a beautiful day. We got fog, we got flowers. What a beautiful day. This really turned out to be a very special day. I heard during the week Gil and Jose were hanging out up here. going to be fun cleaning the wheels after this little off-roading thing going on.
Having a lot of fun off-roading today. This is just like having a dirt bike. How much fun can you have? Well, it's turned out to be such a nice day though. Wow. First really hot day of the year.
I just hate to get those tires dirty and those wheels. Ah! Some of these views are so scenic and so panoramic. I love having them in my album. But as this day wore on, it just got hotter and hotter and hotter. You look carefully, there's not a cloud anywhere in sight. Hey!
How are you? I've been to, you got a new outfit?
Well, I had that. The other ones got so old. It was really getting hot. I was getting ready to get home. That ride home was pretty uneventful, but not a cloud in the sky. I just never get sick of that MT-09 quick shifter. And I stopped along the way to check the durometer readings on the tire. The tires were getting plenty warm by the end of this ride. And boy, the last half hour of this ride home, I was cooking. I just couldn't wait to get on the porch with Karen and some iced coffee. So is it 90 degrees yet? It felt like 90 on the way home. Oh my God. The mountain was hot today. I'll meet you on the porch, baby. Get that coffee working. On the bride always has a nice big pitcher of iced coffee. Oh man, do I need it. This was a hot day. Now, you know, I've been monitoring the wear on this Michelin 5, and this is really interesting. I had an interesting thing today. As the tire heated up, and it's really hot now, of course, just got back from a ride,
you can see, I'm going to try to get real close here. If you can see how this is like a track day tire tearing up, but the rubber that's in the middle, you can see the joint right there. That this rubber seems like it's really wearing well. I don't know about that, obviously. We don't know. We only have a little over 1,500 miles, but you can see this rubber is just peeling away. So, boy, as this plays out, I'm very interested, but boy, these tires are really sticky when they're cold, and they get really sticky when they're hot. Getting a 46, 47. It's in the medium 40s. Anyway, we are monitoring things, and it's always interesting. Tires are a very interesting thing to me. And we just started right now in the bug season. That for the next month, every day when we get home, there'll be bugs everywhere. Bugs on the face shield, bugs on the mirror. Who can ride a bike with all these bugs? So last but not least, I want to thank the healthcare workers keeping us all safe. We actually go shopping now without a mask. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy the video, and thanks for tuning into our channel, and most of all, thanks for watching.
So if you are new to the channel, hey, thank you for joining us. We try to put something out almost every day. We try to cover some modifications of bikes, making carbon fiber parts. Some of our meetups include all our friends, Evil Twin projects, some memories from our extensive collection of motorcycle pictures and video, and always interacting with our friends in a positive way, and just having a great time. So and thank you so much for watching.